Death has visited the Trans-Doctrination movement. It's over. Americans are fed up with pretending to heroize the mental disorder that is gender dysphoria. It ended when the American people voted for Trump, who has openly campaigned against the transdoctrination of our U.S. military. The internet is ablaze with trans crazies losing their minds right now over the prospects that Trump will sign an executive order banning all transgenders from serving in the U.S. military. By one estimate, that would affect about 15,000 service members. The trade-off? Military enlistments will skyrocket. For every one transgender service member putting their gender dysphoria over national security, I bet you'll see hundreds of men and women signing up to replace them. And don't get the left started with Trump's HHS Secretary, Bobby Kennedy, whose current mission it is to protect our children. That's the legacy he wants to leave. The left is going nuts. Of course they are. Their idea of a true health leader was a man in lipstick named Rachel Levine.
Trans youth are vulnerable, and they suffer significant harassment and bullying, sometimes in schools or in their community. They have more mental health issues, but there's nothing inherent with being transgender or gender diverse which would predispose youth to depression or anxiety. It is that harassment and bullying.
Ah, yes, the picture of health and mental health. Levine, as HHS Secretary, called for laws to promote genital mutilation for children under 18. This is what America voted out, loud and clear. But this moment is much more than the end of a warped chapter in popular culture. This is a mandate against the depopulation elites over at the World Economic Forum. This is a mandate against the Marxists disguised as globalists. You see, this entire transgender movement was manufactured by the globalist elites to depopulate the world. That's what this is all about. In 2010, the U.S. Census estimated that of the over 330 million people in America, there were as little as 370 individuals who are truly transgender, but a generous estimate ranging all the way up to a whopping 37,000 transgender Americans in the entire population of the United States back in 2010. And this was considered extremely generous. So let's see, that's 0.01% of the entire U.S. population identifying as transgender. Today, of course, that number has apparently skyrocketed. In just over 10 years, we went from having 37,000 transgendered Americans to now 0.5% of the adult population. That's over 1 million Americans. 37,000 to 1 million in 10 years? So what's driving this, if this number is in fact real? Keep in mind, the gender industrial complex is a multi-billion-dollar per year money machine for a crackpot group of tinfoil academic frauds, reincarnated Dr. Mengeles, and ideological opportunists, all being pushed by the globalists who want to depopulate the world. The spirit of Thomas Malthus lives on. Remember him from economics class? Malthus championed this theory that the world is doomed because the population will grow faster than subsistence capabilities. So Thomas Malthus suggested the solution was to control the population with moral restraint, read cultural movements, and control them with disasters, read war and disease. His theory lives on in the WEF and Trans-Doctrination. Transgenders aren't about liberating one's inner gender identity. It's about killing off the reproducing population.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.